streamer for tonight. We'll talk about the other weekly races in a little bit, but for now, I'd like to get our race started. So I'm going to turn it over to our commentators for today, which will be Invenerable and Game Boy 9, not to forget our tracker, who is Gambit. And sorry, that's Game Boy F9. It's all yours.
Thank you very much. You can call me late for dinner. I'm fine with that. But welcome everyone to the Free Enterprise weekly race. And This is going to be pretty fun flags here from what I understand. I finished mine in 3 hours, but I think this is going to go a lot faster than that. As we say, good evening to Invenerable. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Looking forward to this flag set. I'm glad you pointed out a few things about it while we were chatting in the booth. Looking at it, it doesn't seem to be that real nasty of a V2 flag set. We do have Japanese items enabled. We have T4 loot out there, but the wrinkle that you pointed out to me is the fact that KM is on. And do you want to mention why that's a little bit of added rudeness with this flag set?
KM. I don't even know.
Oh,
uh,
okay. So
I know what it is. It means the trap chests key items can be in trap chests. Is that what you're saying? Or
well,
oh
not
no,
just
they could
that.
be on the moon. They could be on the moon.
The
That's what it
moon.
was. Yes, and that
Yeah.
means
So
possibly the Earth crystal could be on the moon, which means two less characters you can work with. Anyway, the competition has begun. We have started with Dark Knight Cecil and Rydia.
ooh, very, very weak opening party. But again, we do have the T4 active, so doing a quick loot of Barren Town and probably Damsian Castle, we're going to see some really great gear to at least put on Baby Rydia. Even with 30 HP, she can do a lot of work if you get her equipped right early on. So looks like all four of our featured racers are making the same play, running into Baron, doing a little looting, and see who else they may have on their table at this Baron Inn.
Wow, that's one of the highest gold piece awards that I've seen in like ever. 4,000 gold pieces. That'll help out quite a bit. We didn't see much else in the opening boxes, but let's see what else is going on. Oh, I keep forgetting about that $100 there, Hermes. Yeah, not much so far that I'm.
Yeah, pretty weak loot, and of course it was a Porum in the Baron Inn, another relatively low tier character. She's still a white mage, so we at least have a white mage going for us. Ooh, there is an Artemis bow in the pond. That will turn even a level 1 Rydia into a masterful archer with great speed and strength. But I think we gotta find a stack of arrows to apply to it before we count those chickens.
And a silk whip. Oh, there it is. Samurai
There you
arrows. How
Oh,
about
and a
that? And a
dragon whip
dragon
too.
whip on top of that.
So baby Rydia is about to put on her backpack, throw that Dark Knight into it, and probably carry him up a mountain before too much longer in this scene.
Yeah. Well, looks like Tiarasu is headed over to Damkayan Castle. Gonna pick up a bazillion chests there, or maybe closer to what 10. But we see a Shuriken. That's money, and yeah, there's a lot of good equipment there.
Oh yeah, lightsaber, one of the kind of like the bear cutoff that I like to think of for Paladin Cecil being good instead of just being a tank. And yeah, however, Tirsu I don't think bothered with the Baron shop, which should have Cure 2s in it, which, again, given our current lack of a white mage, would probably be our best source of healing for a while. So it looks like our other three racers picked up a few of those before rushing on out.
I also noticed a glass helmet over in Damkayan, over in the prison there. So now we're starting to see some decent equipment here.
Oh yeah, glass helmet. Which, if we were on V0 or V1, early game always fantastic. Great physical defense. Doesn't do anything against Aromas because everything Aromas does is magical. But we are playing V2, which means we're not fighting Aromas this seed. We're gonna find our way into the Giant of Babel. We're gonna kill whoever's at the element spot and the CPU spot, and call it a night. So if there are any bosses there that rely primarily on physical attacks, that glass helmet's going to do a lot of good, especially since we're probably going to have a paladin with the cover ability when we go there, at this rate at least.
I like this move by Tirasu, going in and trying and learning this free spell over at Mount Hobbs. It is randomized, and that spell is the mist. That's the mist call.
I love it whenever you get the Mist Dragon summon there, because the Mist Dragon sprite that board shows is the same as the ice blocking Mount Hobbs. So it looks like you have one Mist Dragon blowing away 8 other Mist Dragons.
Ooh, Samurai Helmet. That's pretty good too.
Oh yeah, definitely. T4 is not going to be shy with the gear, so it should be good to. Again, as long as the Darkness Crystal is not in an exceedingly rude spot, the main things that our racers are going to have to worry about is just who is waiting on that giant. Some bosses there, very easy to deal with, no matter what the HP and stats. Other ones there, you're going to weep. So we'll have to see who we end up dealing with.
Well, what is that? Is that Porum?
Oh.
Is that right?
No, that's Palom. So
Oh,
we have
Palom, excuse me.
given that Rydia is kind of going full berserker for this team, we have if she's the DPS, here's our actual black mage to go along with it. But ooh, that's a little bit of an annoying fight to go through at this point.
Yeah, fortunately, one character is gonna pass away here, thanks to Mealtime Shadow here. So meanwhile, we'll watch Pixel Tamer here go down the Antlion Cave and see what he'll pick up.
Yeah,
Same
similar
direction.
chat pointing out, it's interesting that Tirasu's going for this. Agreed. If we had, say, a Star Veil or a Moon Veil, it would be a lot less threatening. Mom Bomb Spot may not have the highest magic power, but it's still going. These viruses and Fire 2s and Lightning 2s are still going to be just wrecking these poor children with their combined 130 HP between the two of them.
Well, let's see. Yeah, that might be tough. It's actually going to be 2 spells, and it's better get. No, 300 damage is probably not going to do it, and that is it for Palom. And no, 100 damage is not going to do it. So we're gonna. Yep. Go. Oh, now that's a cruel way to go down. 666 damage. Wow.
I mean, he is the bad guy. So Tirasu taking a little setback here, not getting Palom. Gonna reconsider his options, heading down into Antlion Cave, where several other racers are already. Looks like Pixel Tamer's about to give us the first peek at which boss lies in wait down here. And meanwhile, hey, DJ Conkers, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Thanks for supporting Free Enterprise community, and 6 months. Way to go, dude. Thank you for the support. Airship upgrade, yeah.
Here, here. Here, here. Valve. Oh my goodness, that is not much better.
I'm trying to think. I'm going to pull it up right quick on the boss stat spreadsheet. There's some places where Val doesn't actually get significant defense boosts in tornado form. And we do have that Rydia rocking some pretty beefy damage output. Okay, so yes, this location does get pretty good magic defense, but does not get really good physical defense. So if our racers can keep their Rydia alive here with that bow and arrow, can probably actually get through this fight.
Yeah, but yeah, I kind of think you want to keep Cecil alive as well, and just so he's got some hit point.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we see it looks like similar strats amongst our racers. Letting Cecil throw the Cure 2s for the team. Already it does the DPS. We do have 1,000 HP to grind out here. And I am honestly a little surprised to see more people using Dragon Whip instead of that Artemis Bow and Samurai Arrows. Those, especially with the middle slot accuracy bonus, will be doing quite a bit of work. We'll see if either of our... Oh, and Pixel Tamer is through. Dragon Whip did suffice.
Yeah, well done to Pixel Tamer, and I think this is not looking good for Rexroll. Rydia is either stoned or is about to be stoned, and the Leviathan Call. Wow, that's a nice pickup.
Ooh,
Lopez
all of a
is
sudden, I would be very quickly removing that black magic penalty gear from Rydia. If she has that 50 MP to cast that, yeah, no Dragon Whip or Artemis Bow anymore. We're going on the magic offensive now.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be looking for Tiraras and Stardust ones, and there's a couple others too.
Yeah. And by the way, Nidsky making very clean work of this Val fight. Wisely put Rydia in the middle spot to get that accuracy boost with the bow. And Artemis Bow plus Samurai Arrows, I saw at least one hit there for over 300 damage, so very effective in his taking down Valvalus.
Yeah, looks like Pixel Tamer is gonna head over to Fabul. Oh, pick up a couple Star Veils. That might help.
Yeah, that definitely puts the Golbez fight back on the table, and looks like Pixel Tamer's gonna go there immediately. Not even gonna run up here. Gonna go see. I mean, if you have the MP to cast Leviathan even once, again, as long as you're not nerfing your Iridia's magic power, this Golbez fight becomes a lot easier.
Alas, this Rydia only has 45 magic points, so just 5 short.
I mean, that's fine then. We'll just use the Star Veils, let Golby, beat himself to death with his own magic. You still have to get that one hit in there, because reflected spells won't trigger his death script, and you definitely don't want to wait for him to go through what is technically his assigned HP by the game.
Yeah, what is it? 60,000 or something crazy like that?
It's high. I mean, you don't have to do nearly that much, of course, if you just include direct damage at some point, but...
And Rexroll proves me wrong and knocks out Valasis and gets the Leviathan call. Well done.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, and I see Tirasu selling those glass armor or glass helmets for a ton of money and was able to pick up 20 Star Veils. So, good, interesting play.
I mean, 20 might be overdoing it. I mean, I'm trying to think of the bosses that will be using magic, and I mean, maybe he'll get a little mileage out of them, but I think that glass helmet is just immensely useful, always in an early game, and especially on a V2 seed. So we'll see if he ends up regretting that shopping spree down the road.
And now it looks like Golbez is getting rung up with those lit 3s. Well, he's defeating himself.
We do have a mostly free fight here. Tirasu, you will want to... Oh, Tirasu didn't buy the Cure 2s in Baron. But still... Oh, okay. Whew. That Dark Wave could have done very easily that 2 additional damage there. Tirasu escaping, skin of his teeth, getting the Fabul Gauntlet space cleared. Goodbye, DKC. Only room for one of us this seed.
Wow, amazing. Good for 4 levels for the Dark Knight as Tirasu moves on, and looks like Nitsky is going to take on the Dark Knight as well. But it does have a Cure 2, so I think both contestants will get full experience here. It's
not bad at all. Only a Poison Axe for the rewards, though, which, I mean, Poison Axe is my least favorite axe. I would usually rather even have the weaker Ogre Axe just because of its bugged accuracy. It has too high of accuracy in the US versions, as well as you get the ability to equip a shield with it. Poison Axe, I'm like, no, get this out of my inventory. Give me my tens of thousands of gold for selling it. But at this point, we're having a real dearth of key items. I wonder how soon our racers are going to be making the Ordeals check to try to get a Paladin, or if anyone's going to go ahead and make the Eblin Castle play just because of the 3 potential key item locations there.
Yeah, that's the one thing about these flags. Any one of these chests could result in the Darkness Crystal and go mode. So this is kind of an exciting race that way.
Oh, definitely. And of course, you always love it because sometimes V2 has a really great gambling element. In V0 and V1, you always know what you're getting as Zeromus. Well, not the sprite, but you know what your fight is going to entail. With V2, you never know what you're going to run into. It could be a boss that you just instantly cheese with hourglasses, or it could be someone who just dunks on you left and right, and you have to go hunt better gear, better characters, level up enough to handle it. So as soon as we see that Darkness Crystal, we'll see some sparks fly one way or the other this seed, that's for sure.
All right, looks like Nitsky is going to take on Odin here. Let's see if this works out. And then there'll be a second boss that... Oh, never mind. Zeus Rage for 2,500.
Yeah, and only 400.
Yeah, but there'll be a second boss.
Oh, that's so...
Oh, don't you wish you had the Zeus Rage now?
I'm actually just kind of sad that Kainatsu's here and not in the Giant. I was really rooting for a Kainatsu at Element spot. This will definitely be a breath of relief for our racers to know that they are not going to have to deal with this jerk on the Giant.
Well, one wants to wonder if Rydia unequipped her wisdom sapping equipment, because that Leviathan only dealt 900 damage.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Nitsukai may still have that Artemis bow equipped, and that'll definitely drop her spell power by a significant margin. And Naidu pointing out in chat, no Golbez, no Kainatsu, no Val, and we've not seen any of the completely free well, I guess you could count Dark Knight Cecil as a freebie. So Giant still having decent odds to have at least one free boss.
Yeah, but there's still Rubicon. I mean, that's still important.
Oh yeah. DJ in chat pointing out CPU at Elements. That's a really nasty one we could still see. Mist Dragon at Elements. Not difficult, but oh my gosh, it takes forever.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
That'll do.
Bahamut. That's what Nitsky was looking for. Goodbye.
Just high roll your just do your frame perfect manip to make your Grimoire summon Bahamut. Problem solved. The most useless key item, because it doesn't even count as a key item for the 10 key item count. We can't even use it to go chat with Zemus, the guy guarding the gate in Troya. Regarding the actual, warp point, will just be like, "What are you doing? Go away."
But Rexwell did find something valuable: sirens in Silvera, and now he's going to Mount Ordeals. Here we go.
Yeah. Mount Ordeals, of course, we have Dark Knight Cecil, so it's a great place to go, if only to get him transformed into a Paladin. If we do end up running into a Tella or a Fu, this will, of course, increase their spell suites significantly. So I like this play. Let's just hope the teams can handle it and see how it goes.
On Mount Ordeals was the Silence Staff, a really nice staff in my opinion.
Oh yeah, Simbu pointing out in chat, it's always good to be careful of how you equip your bows and arrows. Just like in real life, whatever your handedness is the one where you want to hold arrows, and bow in the other hand. So right-handed Porum here is trying to do a little bit of a goofy foot shooting for goofy foot, goofy hand for Nitsky, and that'll reduce her damage a little bit with the bow and arrow, sadly.
Ooh, this first boss here on Mount Ordeals is a lunar boss, and that boss is Ogo Pogo. Kiss half your HP goodbye.
Honestly, here I would be tempted to, again, as long as I don't have the damage reduction gear on Rydia, just to let fly with Leviathan and see if you can't endure long enough to get a couple of them off. He will counter summons with the Storm ability, but as long as you're ready to queue up a Cure 2, I think you're good to go.
Yeah. But Rexwell electing to have Rydia fight with the Dragon Whip.
Oh, not Storm for that counter. Which one is it that Ogo Pogo counter summons with?
I think it's a Blaze. I think it's Blaze.
Blaze too. Okay, it's just lightning attacks draw a different counter. Gotcha. I know lightning attacks draw a single weak. Yeah, that's why I was mixed up. Thank y'all.
Yeah, we find some exits and silk webs over in I forget what that town is. The town where you throw the key down the hole.
Oh, Agert.
Thank you. All right, Pixel Tamer now going to go against Odin and Kainazu.
Here we go. Nitsky making that Evelyn Castle play. I like to see it. We do have 3 chests here we can do. Admittedly, he's not getting XP for his Paladin Cecil, but we know where Sirens are. We have other options to grind him up once we actually get get his class change. And as long as Nitsky has hourglasses, none of these fights are actually going to be a threat anyway. Rexroll
like-
through. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was observing something else. Looks like Tirasu's over in Terraria. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, looting at least the half the basement. Ooh, Zeus Gauntlet. Very, very potent piece of gear, but no one in the team can wear it quite yet. Yeah, chat pointing out that with these, there are 4 trap chests you can access in the overworld out the gate, 3 in Evelyn Castle, and a 4th in the Tower of Zot, which you can access without the Earth Crystal. So 4 options there, which if you have hourglasses are all pretty much free, as long as your team survives long enough to get them off. But on the other hand, Ordeals may just have the 1 key item check, but we do have that Dark Knight Cecil that we can convert to a Paladin, and with a fight like the Officer Soldiers here, it's not even going to be that hard for Rex to complete this ascent.
Yeah, there'll be one more fight after this, but only has about 1,000 hit points, something like that. And that was a lot of experience there, 4,000 of it.
Ah, Gambit putting out in chat. Yeah, Nitsky didn't have life potions, so got hit a little harshly by the Staleman Skull's chest. And I believe his Porum is his only source of life, and that's even only if she's gotten levels so far, which she is not. So, really hoping to... might want to put that DKC in the back row to have a better chance of getting the hourglass off in time. Of course Mount Ordeals pays off night, dude. You get a Paladin.
Yeah, I am liking the Paladin play, and the competition here is against, what is that? 3 Dark Imps.
Oh, that's kind of unfortunate to see. So we know that Ordeals had 2 of our freebie bosses, both the Kaipo Officer Guards and these Dark Imps. Only basic physical attacks, vulnerable to stop, and pretty much every other status effect in the game. So, fingers crossed, we might actually be looking at something difficult in the Giant at this rate. At least that's what I'm
those 3
hoping.
Dark Imps has been shown the exit, and all the good things happen, and they live happily ever after until the next challenge. Pixel Tamer now going up Mount Ordeals, as is Tirasu.
At this point, though, I'm wondering where we're going to find our access underground. Natara did put KQMT on there, no exclamation point. So we know there's a way underground that doesn't require going to the moon.
You can't prove that.
So we have to have a magma key or a hook somewhere in the overworld. Could be in one of these trap chests. We've not seen people check the particularly rude possible Mist Dragon locations. So we're kind of running low on things here. Oh yeah, Nitsky may be getting all that weaponry, but that Dark Knight sure isn't going to be equipping it.
I know, right? All right, Pixel Tamer going against Ogopogo has a little bit more help in Palom, but yeah, it's still a little bit of a challenge here. Tirasu leaving Mysidia and moving on to the next thing.
The nice thing about Ogopogo at this spot is that aside from its HP-based attacks, it's only going to use physicals, and the plain Mylon spot has very low physical attack. So even these low HP kids, they're not going to be taking that much from the actual punches. The main concern is just any kind of magical counter, and then those actual big waves. Oh yeah, Pixel Tamer. The Dancing Dagger does count as a magical attack for counter-attack purposes. Just discovered that the hard way.
Oh, I thought, yes, Pixel Tamer is using the Siren. Gonna face 2 Liliths here for 5,000 experience a pop. Oh, and oh dear.
Well, as long as everyone stays alive, that has a stack of life potions. We'll be able to get everyone back up. The hourglass will last more than long enough this fight. It looks like Nidsky has found a trap chest where he managed to keep everyone alive during the hourglass usage. One black cat down. Yeah, this fight will be... It'll take him a minute if he's doing physical damage rather than using magic, but should be a nice XP bonus for both his Riddy and his Porum. DKC, of course. Most of our racers will probably not be relying on him when they actually do go to the Giant, especially not with the kind of weaponry Nidsky's found.
Yeah, so that was 5 levels there for Rydia. That's was a really nice HP boost there, so hopefully that'll help out as far as that fight is concerned. Like the move from Rexroll, throwing down the exit to get out of Kaipo in a hurry.
Better than having to dodge the old lady sometimes. So at this point, Rex is not done Baron in. Shouldn't be difficult for him, but we know that's not the way forward. And I wonder if he'll go straight to Eblan Castle after this, like Nidsky's currently clearing out, or if he'll make the Flame Dog gamble. Tirasu making it through Ogopogo, no problems.
And a couple more Liliths go down for another 5,500. And a whole bunch of more levels. Maybe Pixel Tabor will be ready to go now. And I don't believe Leviathans work against Mad Ogres. I mean, I know they have ridiculous magic defense. Oh, well, throwing down arrows, that works.
Yeah, it can do damage, but again, Nidsky's Riddy is still using a Dragon Whip, so she won't have quite the oomph to get through their magic defense and evade. Take that whip off, replace it with a Stardust Rod, and you'd probably see, at least, you know, it won't one-shot them like Bahamut probably would, but we'd probably at least see some real digits popping up there.
Alright, all 3 Mad Ogres gone for a ton of experience. And we are about to see the item here. It's the Crystal Sword.
Could the Seed be screaming at Nidsky to do ordeals any louder? Holy crap. I mean, that's good news for most of our racers, though. A lot of them will probably do Eblan Castle before they go hunting the Flame Dog or a Mist Dragon. So we're going to see a lot of Paladin Cecils dishing out a lot of damage this Seed. I will say, though, Game Boy, my brain is still apparently in marathon mode. When we're having these crisscrossing moments, I keep wanting to reflexively say, Natara, do you have any donations you could read? This would be a great time.
Oh, well then, I do have donation from... No, there's no donations. Except for all the love of our wonderful chat.
Yeah, that is the noise of that is the sound of Natara. That is our restreamer. Thank you very much to her for helping us out here this evening. Also, many thanks to Gambit017 for tracking this evening. It's been a real help, so really appreciate it. Also, shout out also to our restreamed runners who are taking the time to volunteer and show their skills here this evening. We appreciate a follow to them as well.
Oh, and there we go. Leviathan doing work for Nidsky this time around, now that we have a few more HP. Dealing with the Stellman and Skulls. Couldn't quite handle it at the start of Eblan Castle, but now all the way through. Let's see if this finally gives a key. We were thanking Gambit for tracking, but the Seed so far has made it pretty easy on him.
Oh, Twin Harp.
Hey, there we go. There's a key item.
Oh, hey, there's a donation, 200 bits from DJ Conkers. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. Except we should have let Natara read that out. My bad.
It's too late. The moment's over.
And Skullkitty with the sub, 6 months. Skullkitty, of course, supports Free Enterprise not only by subscribing to the channel, but with her immense work on these fab palettes and pretty much every Zeromus sprite that you see, at least all the new ones. She's the best.
Yeah, I see a Masamune find over in Silvera. Now all we need to do is find Edge. Good luck.
Yeah. But yeah, Nitsky here, I really like. Again, you know, Nitsky's a Kane fan, but you have a Crystal Sword, you have 2 Avengers. Go power that Cecil up. And also, do you really want to go do Twin Harp, a location where the boss has ridiculously high magic defense, and having to rely on melee attacks of Dark Knight, Cecil, Porum, and Rydia? I mean, we got some good gear for it, but come on. Crystal Sword Avenger. Need I say more?
Yeah, exactly. Tirasu completes Mount Ordeals. Pixel Tamer is well on his way to doing the same. And looks like Staleman's about to be stalemated.
Well, of course, get Rexroll his Twin Harp as well. I'm pretty sure he still has more trap chests to hunt down in here, though, before he flies away north. A small part of me at this point is hoping that... So, we know Twin Harp is here. The other 2 trap chests don't have anything. Twin Harp, of course, will lead us up to Troya, and there's also a trap chest up in Zot that we can get. But none of our 4 restreamed racers have checked out the vanilla Mist Dragon spot or the vanilla Octomammoth spot. I would love for a Mist Dragon to have been in one of those all along. That'll just be a, I don't know, icing on the cruelty cake, thanks to Natara. Fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's do it. I'm in.
Pixel Tamer upgrading to Paladin Cecil as well. Tirasu gonna be dining on turtle soup and getting a Porum. It's like Cecil's running a babysitting agency tonight, it seems.
Well, okay, fine. Tirasu can have his turtle soup. I enjoy clear soup tonight from a Japanese restaurant. But anyway, I digress.
And our racers are all running out of spots to check. At this point, we all here know it is either a hidden Mist Dragon, or a Flame Dog chest, or the Twin Harp gating progress.
And who was that sleeping in Rosa's bed? Was that also Dark Knight Cecil?
I did not get a good look at it. Let me hit this here clip button and see if I can't get a better spot. Maybe someone in chat noticed exactly who was in the bed as well.
If that was another Dark Knight Cecil?
Let me take another look here. That was a Dark Knight Cecil. Oh, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I might promote Cecil, but if that's the case, boy, Offense City, man.
Yeah. I mean, Nitsky did sell his lightsaber, so he just has the 1 crystal sword. But even so, it's not that difficult to find a good weapon to put on a Paladin Cecil. He can equip tons of great gear. Oh, he even has a defense sword sitting right there. Another fantastic weapon. Crystal sword, defense sword Cecils with Avengers. Ooh, I'm salivating. Give me this damage output, guys.
And there's Rexroll equipping that fire sword, having picked it up at Emblem Castle. 214 offense. There, Cecil's going to be dealing 87,000 hit points of damage here in a moment.
Yeah. Let's watch this. Although choosing not to flat out Hourglass, taking the swing first. But oh yeah, when you're doing that kind of damage, you don't have to worry about them countering with a blaster attack.
So Invenerable, why don't you tell everyone here in chat why Cecil's in the back row even with a sword equipped?
Oh yeah, Rexroll here is taking advantage of one of the glitches that, because it doesn't really break the game or anything, the developer has not taken his time to really remove yet. That back row glitch means that if you equip a long-range weapon and get that back row bit applied to your character, you never lose it. Maybe there are some exceptions that make it disappear. We've not really worked that out yet. But basically, by having equipped a bow and arrow on Cecil at some point, Rexroll is going to be doing full damage from the back row. And very handy. Lets you stay back there, lets you take reduced damage, helps out with Magus Sisters and CPU fights. Very useful glitch to be aware of and to take advantage of as the opportunity arises.
Oh, I noticed Dragoon armor. It would be nice if we could find Kane here and also in Evelyn Castle. Well, right now everybody's pretty much retracing everybody else's footsteps here. So I mean, I guess the question is, when are we going to see where are we going to see that key item that takes you underground, or maybe even the Darkness Crystal? I mean, there's got to be another place for it. I mean, what's left now?
Yeah. And, I mentioned earlier, the flags do guarantee a way underground that doesn't require going to the moon. But it could be a situation where we do find the Darkness Crystal, say, up here in Cave Magnus, and the Magma Key was in Flamedog Chest. And we could see a really enterprising racer decide, you know what? I don't need to go underground. I can handle this anyway. And go ahead and take care of things. But Rexroll is giving us some new information finally, chasing this Twin Harp. Again, one of only 3 options really available to him at this point, and who doesn't love that sweet, sweet DJ Spoony B tunes?
Oh, sorry. Oh no, not the magnetic field.
It would be a little more threatening if we didn't play most of our seats with that ET flag that toggles off, it allows you to toggle on and off your random encounters, of course. Not so worried about getting sneak attacked by ogres and wizards in here and just ripping to full team paralysis.
But I did notice a crystal armor in Magus Cave, just to make Cecil even more powerful.
Oh yeah. That I believe that was the crystal helmet, which is actually my favorite piece of his crystal armor set, because it's the one that it actually gives you the same elemental defense that the Dragoon gear does, Fire, Ice, Lightning. Only piece of the crystal gear that actually does that. So very, very handy to find.
Oh, did I say crystal armor? Oh, yeah, you didn't hear me say that.
Oh, no. I mean, I figured you just meant piece of the crystal set. And that's my favorite piece of it. Well, if you don't count the sword.
All right, so... Oh, I'm sorry. Dark Elf is going... Rexwall is going against Dark Elf. Meanwhile, Tirasu's finishing up Evelyn Castle. Pixel Tamers headed toward... Oh, might be headed toward the Tower of Zot?
Flamedog gamble. I like. I mean, if this... Pixel Tamer going for the odd chest out of the bunch. Let's see if it actually pays off for him while we enjoy those tunes. Thanks to Rexroll. Bonus to the first chest, by the way. Even easier.
Oh man, and I mean, and think of it this way: it's the same number of chests as the Magus Cave. But sorry, time for me to be quiet. Venerable, name that tune.
We'll let chat get a few guesses in. I may or may not have loaded up the seed while we were waiting and gave it a quick little listen.
Well, I'm gonna have to interrupt everybody because Pixel Tamer did find the Magma Key.
Yeah, I believe it's Kuja's theme. We'll see if Rex talks to the harp to confirm. Pixel Tamer, by the way, making the plays. Love it. And yes, it was Kuja's theme. I mean, it makes sense. You get a hot key from a hot dog.
Now I'm hungry for hot dogs.
They're grinding all kinds of things into these sausages. Ooh, Pale Dim, by the way. Kind of I mean, yeah, Rex has a Crystal Sword Cecil, but also does have Dragon Whip, and I think might have found some Arty Arrows somewhere. So Pale Dim is going to have a real rough time.
And that is all for Pale Dim. Now, of course, the question is, will this location have the Darkness Crystal?
Ooh, that would be spicy.
Yeah, we're going to find out here in one moment's time, and it is the... Oh, Silver Hammer.
I love it.
Aw, come on, man.
Oh, that's so. It's not even like a top tier weapon for Sid. It's not even a rune axe. It's not even like an earth hammer. It's over. What? Oh, that's beautiful. Ah.
All right, Pixel Tamer is going down the to the land of the summoned monsters and not checking any of the chests. One of them is trapped, could have a key item, but just gonna go down here, get the free key item, maybe. Oh, how about I was gonna say, oh, Leviathan. No, never mind. Already has it.
Deciding. Yeah, I mean it still sells for a whole bunch of money. The just forgetting which teleporter to take. Gonna full loot the bottom. Before heading up. I'm really excited about what Pixel Tamer's forging all this new territory for us. So I'm hoping that we see something good or something interesting down here.
Meanwhile, Natar has switched the music to Tirasu so we can hear that again. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is is that a gold apple? Yeah, gold apple for the key item there.
I mean, 100 bonus HP. Yeah, nah.
I mean, it's not the worst item in the world. Let's be fair about it.
Yeah, I know. I think it's funny that we're seeing things like gold apples and silver hammers. And where did Natara put all these key items? Where are the key items?
Oh, it's probably somewhere in Canada. Good luck finding it.
We already beat Ogopogo, though. That hot Canadian content that we all crave.
You mean? Yeah, never mind. Anyway, we discover that Octomam and Yang are the two bosses down the basement down there.
That's not the worst. At least they both, Octomammoth will only use physical attacks, which not at level 11 with our Cecil, but put some good armor on him, put that glass helmet on him, put him in the back row, let him cover everyone else, throw some illusions or a moon veil on him, and Octomammoth, in spite of all 35,000 HP, becomes a pretty trivial fight. And of course, Yang, well, if you wait for the second kick, it only takes one swing from Paladin Cecil to activate his script, and the fight's over. Question is, will Paladin Cecil last this long with how much damage will be coming out in these first few hits?
1,223 damage. Yeah, that is not gonna fly.
I mean, if Pixel Tamer had gotten a little luckier there, if Yang had chosen to punch Palom instead of Cecil, would have been fun. But just did not get that luck. Sad to see. However, lots of grind options available to Pixel Tamer. Does have underground access, which as does Rex now, throwing his magma key down the well. Can always pop a few sirens, scramble a few eggs, give it another go when your team is actually HP ready.
Oh, I like the idea from Nitsky, but that is the King and Queen Eblin, and there goes another free fight.
Ooh. Yeah, and the fact that we did also see Yang, which not the freest of fights, he will still do some damage. So Yang's in the underworld, so he's not available in the giant. Octomammoth can be a little rude at the start of a fight, but slows down very quickly and only uses physical. So I consider Octomammoth to be another one that I would have rather have seen on the giant at this rate.
And Nitsky does accept that fight. Gonna go check out some boxes here. And 0 for 2, I consider that.
I mean, the whistle sells for a decent bit, but at this point I think Nitsky's all set in the financing department for this seed. Has sold a lot of T4 gear already. Shouldn't really need to be worried about that kind of thing.
Well, let's see if this boss is the Mist Dragon. We're gonna find out here. And
oh my god!
Oh, look at that!
Vanilla Mist.
Hashtag not random enough.
Is this even randomized? So a nice, refreshing vanilla
good
mist.
call getting that box there for the crystal ring.
Pretty fun little piece of gear. Gives ridiculously good magic defense, plus a nice speed boost and a few status immunities. along with dragon defense, but we probably don't have to worry about that this seed.
So the one of the flags that has been set, no adamant armor, so you can't quote unquote cheese your way into victory here.
Also, by the way, Tempter Job Dwarf is apparently an automotive body repair person. I believe I saw that out of the corner of my eye.
You did.
We got a mechanical dwarf here instead of a farmer.
Samurai shield. Oh, wouldn't it have been great if that was the Darkness Crystal right there?
I mean, it would have been much cause, much hype, much cause for excitement, much hype. But Natara's doling out the disappointment to all our racers over and over and over. We're running out. I mean, we do still have a whole lot of trap chests in Sylph Cave, quite a few in. I mean, we have the Tower Key. There's 6 spots to check in Tower of Babel. So I actually like the play that Tirasu's making here, about to climb the lower tower.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me. But first, we're going to visit the dwarf town there. Ooh, 20,000 experience over in Rexwall's side. As Natara is explaining in chat that she is nothing but disappointment, which we highly disagree with.
Oh yeah, that Crystal Sword versus Mylonzi at that spot, easy peasy damage. And the elements, by the way, at the first spot there, only having to deal with half the HP of that spot. Very nice. If you do enough damage and not allow it to transform into the second half of the fight. Tirasu here, finding the first of many alerts in the tower.
Oh! Hold every Darkness Crystal, I just saw that. Whoa!
Okay, thank you. Tirasu hitting that A button so fast. So there's our go mode for Tirasu. Can always get a 5th character on the moon. Meanwhile, a vanilla Luca key for Rex Raoul. That is a rabbit hole that, that will take a while to go down that sealed cave if that's where he chooses to make his gambles. But Tirasu running on up. I wonder if he's going to even bother checking the lunar character, or if he's going to go right to the giant.
Does Tirasu have a crystal sword?
I mean, Tirasu has Twin Harp, so I'm assuming he did all 3 trap chests in Castle Eblin, so he should be loaded for bear with that Paladin Cecil.
Okay, so I know there were sirens available. I forget off the top of my head where that was, but if he picked up those sirens, it's probably off to the underground and it's time for Scrambled Egg.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, well, I mean, there are a lot of bosses that you can kill even at relatively low levels on V2, but also, again, only rocking 4 characters right now. Tirasu has some choices to make here. Going to be interesting to see which path he pursues. Okay, definitely going to the lunar shop and the character. Also has the option to grind on gold dragons, even just by dipping down to floor 2 of Cave Bahamut and popping sirens, which, if you want to slingshot this lunar character, you can get a lot of XP in one fell swoop.
And that is because if you pick up a low-level character and that person will get double or possibly even triple experience if it is way under level.
Oh, yeah. Combine that with the fact that you can get, even without 10 key items, you can get 90,000 if you do a life glitch on the 2 gold dragon fight. And a low-level character, boom, 270,000 XP, levels up in a hurry, but not checking the Lunar Palace character. Huh, okay. Tirasu must just be happy with his team, does not want to see any more cutscenes, and is just going to grind these 4 up and take them? Seems to be the case. Oh yeah, could also take the character for an anchor, as Walmay points out in chat. Leave them at a low level, slap that curse ring on them, and then your other 4 characters will be super fast. Yeah, there's the stack of hourglasses, there's the stack of sirens.
Oh. Okay, that's cool. Alright, I buy.
Now, the nice thing, though, about that Darkness Crystal location is that anyone else who targets that Tower of Babel will likewise be finding it very quickly. It's in it's the very first trap chest that Tirasu ran across. So you don't have to worry about going to the full tower. And clearly, someone else has already done that. We do have a first-place finisher. Zilch has finished with a time of 48 minutes, 52 seconds. May have made that Flame Dog gamble, may have gone right up tower. Either way, apparently there's nothing too onerous waiting for us in that giant, given how quickly Zilch wrecked this seed.
7 levels, 8 levels, 9 levels. My goodness, 9 levels. That's nuts.
But imagine how Tirasu will feel if they're nothing but free bosses in the giant. Water Hag could be there. Trying to think who would be the second easiest one we have left after Water Hag. Chat, any ideas for who the easiest one to see at CPU or Elements would be? We've already seen Dark Imps. Baron Guards are still on the table, right, Maggie? Right. We see some Baron Guards and some and a Water Hag. Ooh, Tirasu will regret having done this grind.
All right, Rexball is on his way to picking up the Darkness Crystal. Looks like Nitsky is doing the same. Pixel Tamer's finishing off the Dwarf Castle section. Might go off to the Tower of Babel as well.
So this is very good for Nitsky and Rex. I'm guessing that they both saw that .done in the IRC chat and were like, oh, okay. It can't be behind, like, Rex especially, having found that Luca key, you see that .done and you say, there's no way my opponents did Dwarf Castle and went through the entire Sealed Cave. So, good call not falling into that rabbit hole by Rex.
Yeah, some people say metagaming is not a good idea, but sometimes it does work out.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, of course, it could have just as easily been, say, that Mist Dragon that Nitsky found. So it can't really tell you where to go. It's more like it can tell you where not to go. Let's put it that way.
All right, here we go. Tirasu going off to the Giant of Babel.
But I honestly don't need a lot of motivation to avoid Sealed Cave anyway. I hate that place.
Nitsky getting some scrambled eggs. I hope that he puts it in with some everything bagels, especially from my bagel company in Cleveland. That is amazing, let me tell you. But anyway, I digress.
Nitsky, by the way, only rocking 3 characters. Did not go back for the Palom on Hobbs. And at this point, probably not going to do Dwarf Castle for that Rosa either, if I had to guess.
Looks like Pixel Tamer is over in Eblan Castle now, taking care of things over there.
You know, you mentioned how when metagaming goes wrong, and that might be what's happening for Pixel Tamer. Pixel Tamer may have seen that .done and thought, oh gosh, I missed Darkness Crystal by skipping Castle Eblan. Of course, we know it's not through there, but like you said, it's a double-edged sword. It can either benefit you greatly, or it can send you careening down the wrong rabbit hole, which might be what we're seeing here with Pixel Tamer.
Yeah, very possible. I mean, but still, it's not a bad play in the end when you think about it. I mean, there are 3 possible key items here, so...
Oh, yeah, and of course that Crystal Sword is here, which will put Cecil's power through the roof. Meanwhile, here we're finally getting our first view at who this element spot was. Huh, okay.
Ashura. That is relatively... Well, oh, wait a minute. Does anybody have wall?
Well, Tirasu, if you remember, bought a huge stack of 20 Star Veils in Football Castle. So you remember when I was like, I wonder if Tirasu will get mileage out of that many Star Veils? This may be just the place to do so. Although going straight for the damage before getting the reflect set up, She will, of course, her Cure 3s aren't doing much work, only in the 600 range. This spot doesn't have very high magic attack, but the Cure 4 is still a Cure 4, and if you don't get enough damage in before the Cure 4 comes out, it'll pop her right back up to full. Of course, there is a glitch in the game where once you've done a certain amount of damage, Cure 4 starts restoring MP rather than HP, and bosses don't have MP. So if Tirsu can get enough damage off here, should be fine. But these counterattacks are still doing quite a bit of work on his squishier team members.
Well, I tell you what, this is starting to become a big race. Rexroll might be coming in for the snipe.
Interesting to see the difference in team compositions here, too. Rex, of course, did not pick up Palom either. Tirsu, meanwhile, did not get a Rosa. So we've swapped out a really good black mage for a really good white mage. And in this fight, I might give the edge to the white mage, actually. Especially if Rex's Rosa knows... Well, she has Illusion, even if she doesn't know Blink. Those will come in very handy here.
Yeah, this isn't looking too good here for Tirsu. Sure, continues to cast Cure 4, so down goes Cecil. I think it's time to reset.
Yeah, take advantage of those Sarvels. That's one great thing about the Asura fight. No matter where she is, you can be patient at the start of it. I know we're racing, I know we want to go fast, but she does not do any direct damage to your team. She only does counterattacks. You can take your time to put silk webs up, put walls up, to make her spells reflect back to you. You can take your time to get blink on everyone to where everyone gets 2 free melee attacks before they start taking damage. She's a boss that allows you to do that setup rather than having to be going full bore right out the gate.
Meanwhile, Nitsky continuing to scramble eggs here, and Pixel Tamer still going through Eblin Castle, trying to wrap that up.
Yeah, Nitsky here only having the 3 characters. I understand him being a little more paranoid than his opposition, and his HP totals are looking pretty fantastic. But right now, I think I'm giving the edge to Rex just because he did that setup. He's using Blink on his, well, poor Leslie there did not stay up long enough to get the Blink reapplied, but it looks to be pretty stable in his fight at this point. So, I'm gonna give of our 4 featured racers, I'm giving the edge to Rex right now.
Yeah, exactly. And meanwhile, I'm gonna have a little talk with Pixel Tamer. He had Palom, use Quake. I mean, we've had enough quakes out here in Northeast Ohio already because we actually did have an earthquake here this morning. So, which is not very common for this area. So, yeah.
When I think Ohio, earthquake is not the natural disaster I think of. I usually think of first and foremost living in Ohio, and
watch it.
All love to my Ohio brethren. All love to y'all.
There are quite a number of good people, that live in Ohio. But anyway, Ashura is... Well, we definitely are still in the race here. Nitsky, having found the Darkness Crystal, we're going to take care of getting the big whale. And then going to head on over to the Giant. And he'll be in the big race for second place.
Yeah,
57 minutes in, no second place finisher. Zilch has won this race by at least 9 minutes.
I mean, sometimes you just make the plays. Zilch, you are, I believe, still in our Twitch chat. Did you make the Flame Dog check before doing Twin Harp, or did you actually just make the right decision once underground? I'm a little curious now how you've managed to destroy the competition so thoroughly this season. Ah, gotcha. Chase that tower key right out the gate, and it paid off.
All right, Nitsky now hurrying up and trying to get through to the the boss here, Ashura. Probably is going to run out of time for second place, but we'll probably still have a good showing here. We had 15 racers in this competition, 15, 16, something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. I can go check the Speed Runs Live website just to take a quick peek. Yeah, 15 entrants tonight.
There you go. And looks like Pixel Tamer is now in the Tower of Babel and will be getting the Darkness Crystal close soon. And the official margin is 10 minutes and 21 seconds. Coco Shuro finishes in second and sniped Paranoia by 13 seconds. So Paranoia finishes in third, 59-26.
GG's to both our racers. I wonder, again, given that margin, I wonder if any of them, again, talking about metagaming being a double-edged sword, saw that time. Like, if you were busy fighting Octomammoth in the Fey March, you know, just thinking, I can handle Octomammoth, and then you see, you know, that dot on, it's like, I should have gone to Babel, or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, good to see both of them coming across the finish line. I wonder if anyone else will quite make the sub-hour mark. Time is running out.
Yeah, and pretty much time is up as we, as Pixel Tamer now picking up the big whale, probably going to do his final grind. And Quake, oh wow, Tirastu did beat Rexroll despite the false start there, despite the death. So, well done.
That's very impressive. I guess I'm looking at the levels, and I do see an extra 426 HP on Paladin Cecil. And I guess the extra damage from the Quack Kid over the extra healing from Rosa made the difference. I am surprised, yeah, especially with the false start. Very well done by Tirasu.
Gonna do one more save. So if Rexwell can finish the stir off in a real hurry, might be able to come in and snipe and be the winner of our streamed runners, but I think time is running out here. Oh, there it goes. Here we go.
Oof. Rex, you gonna forego the safety save? Just gonna run straight north? That would be fun. And we do have a fourth place finisher. Smape D has wrapped up with a 1 hour, 0 minutes, and 49 seconds to take fourth place. GG to Smape. Here we go.
All right.
Oh,
It's the Dark Elf.
yeah. With a crystal sword, this is not going to be a problem for our racers. And of course, once it transforms into dragon form, it is vulnerable to hourglasses, and the fight's just done at that point. So, gonna be, oh, and Rex even cabining up. Yeah, I think Tirasu is in great shape here, especially since that weak did not hit. The worst thing that could have happened to Tirasu would have been that weak hitting Paladin Cecil. But should be good to go at this point. I do like how rude the Dark Elf was right there, putting the piggy on Porum right when she was about to cast a spell. Sorry, pigs can't cast magic. It's not allowed. Well, unless it's the piggy spell.
And instead, Tirasu wants to cast Quake. Oh, thank you, Dark Elf. I told you, everyone. I've seen enough Quakes today.
There's the me change.
Me change.
I mean, what are you changing? You were only wearing a vest to start with. Oh, throwing a silk web out instead of an hourglass. I wonder if Tirasu was out of hourglasses? I could have sworn he had a lot more when he was doing his dragon. So, could have frozen this this dragon form completely, actually.
Ooh, watch out. Oh, we got 2 dead characters here.
And that...
Oh, there's an hourglass right there.
Tirasu, no, it doesn't have the boss bit. You can stop it. You can stop it in its tracks. Oh no.
Oh. And that is probably going to give Rexwell the victory out of our 4 streamers here this evening.
I mean, Tirasu's not dead yet, but it is definitely things have swung back into Rexwell's favor very considerably here.
Well, maybe. Is this it? No. Oh, deep breath. No. That would have been a great come from behind victory there, but
Well, and one
alas.
thing this does though is that this shows you how important. Like one of my favorite things about the Free Enterprise randomizer is how much having a strong knowledge base about the game and the mechanics can really help you out. Rex there popped that hourglass right after the transformation. He doesn't have to do a thing. He could stop pushing buttons and his Cecil would finish this fight. So great for Rex knowing that, and this fight's in the bag for him at this point. Tirasu's gonna have to really hope for something disastrous to happen, like a power surge. I don't know.
We have we're just about
There's the flash.
there it is. There's the flash. 5th place, 104.14. 9 seconds after that, Rumblefish finishing in 6th place, 104.23. Well done, Rexroll. You are the winner of our 4 restream runners this evening. And perhaps we'll hear more from Rumblefish as in just a moment. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that will be happening. And Tirasu, 104.47, 33 seconds down.
We'll see if we can get Tirasu in here, and probably Tirasu and Rex at the same. That was very, very tight there at the end. Great back and forth. Can't wait to let them know just how it played out.
And it looks like Nitsky has knocked out Leviathan as well. Or, excuse me, Asura. Use Leviathan. And we're just about ready to draw the line between the first half of finishers and the second half.
Oh, and there we go. We are joined by both Rexroll and Tirasu. GG's to you both.
Oh, thank you.
GG.
That was amazing back and forth between you two at the end there. Tirasu, you entered the Asura fight first, had that wipe, and then not only got back in the fight, but managed to beat it before Rex had. But then that Dark Dragon just a little rude to you, and that came down to it. I don't know if you had any hourglasses left, but Rex did, froze it, and didn't have to worry about it for the second half of the fight. So neck and neck. Anything else stand out to either of you across that entire scene?
Golbez, Val, Pain Man, all in the same general area. You can just fight me on that.
But that means you didn't have to fight them in the Giant, right?
This is true. But yeah, as for the Dark Dragon, I kind of forgot about Hourglass.
And now a question. When did either of you see Zilch's dot done a little earlier in the race? Did that impact your decision making? Did you decide to metagame at all? Like, I noticed that you have the Luca key, Rex, and I would stay away from that anyway, but I don't know if that further impacted your call not to go to Sealed Cave.
No, I noticed the dot done that Zilch did, but it didn't really impact my routing at all because the tower was my next choice anyways, because at that point with Crystal Sword Cecil, he could one-shot the alerts. And once I know I've got somebody that can one-shot alerts, I like doing tower, because that just makes that clearing out of that pretty early. And then when I found the Darkness Crystal there, I'm like, okay, well, it's on. So...
Yeah, I already had the Darkness Crystal when I saw the dot done, so I was just trying to do some grinding and get ready for whatever could be in there.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, of our Restream racers, Nitsky1 has also finished in 8th place with a time of 1:07:41. So GG to Nits, and all three of you coming in very close together, just within about 3.5 minutes of each other, and Pixel Tamer's on his final grind. Let's see if all our restreamies can bring it home in fairly short order tonight.
Yeah, if Tarasu did some grinding first, then it doesn't surprise me that he was able to get through Ashura faster than I did, since I was doing it at pretty low levels, all things considered. But I had the Moonveil on Cecil, so I pretty much knew it was going to be doable no matter what. It was just going to take some time.
So I have to admit, as we say good evening to Nitsky, a good game. So I practiced a seed last night, and I finished it in 3 hours. So all three of you finished in under 70 minutes. So good game, well done. Yeah,
Well,
it goes to show you how well I play this game.
Well, Game Boy, was yours a giant percent?
Yeah, it was. I played the exact same flags as you all played tonight.
Oh, I was trying to give you some credit there, but I'm sorry.
God, Rex, ice cold.
Uh,
I mean,
I was trying to open up the door, but I can't. No. I mean, it really is going to depend. I felt like I was lucky. I had an Artemis bow with mute arrows and crystal to Avenger on Cecil, so I knew my offense was going to be there for Ashura. And so without that, it would have taken me quite a bit longer to try to grind enough levels to beat her there. So,
and I mean, for Game Boy, my first ever giant percent, I'm never going to admit how long that took me. So, but yeah, I mean, the seed itself wasn't bad and very generous for Cecil. It's just,
yeah.
I had too many weird wipes that I probably could have avoided.
Yeah, I felt bad that it took me 3 tries to get past that Val fight, but yeah, but I mean, I just decided to reset out of Galvez too and go without Palom, but I figured I had Rydia, so I didn't need Palom.
But we are also joined by Nitsky, by the way. Of the three of you, the only one to knock it out with just 3 characters, never even picked up a 4th. And also, my favorite feature of your run tonight, Nits, was you were the only one of our racers to find Miss Dragon.
Thank you so much. I thought I was almost losing my mind, realizing I'm not doing Twin Harp. I'm not doing Twin Harp, and I was like, I'm gonna check D-Mist in D-Mist spot just in case. After I checked King and Queen Evelyn were in Octo spot, and there it was. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm probably like an hour behind, and was not rewarded. But yeah, that was it was a good seed. It wasn't too bad.
We were all like, you actually checked that spot, and we hadn't seen a Darkness Crystal yet on stream, so we were really rooting for that in the booth. Just for Vanilla Mist to have the Darkness Crystal all along would have been beautiful, and sad it didn't pay off for you. But GG's otherwise rocking the seed with just 3 characters at the end.
What
were you
well,
at all
yeah.
worried about those giant fights when you were entering them?
I was concerned, but Cecil was geared to the 9s. I probably over leveled a little bit, and that cost me a little bit of time. But with the 3 of them, I noped out of seeing Golbez with Palom, and was just like, nah, let's just go 3 and let's see what happens here. And turns out it was good enough.
Excellent, excellent.
Were there other characters?
There was a
Oh, no.
Rosa in Dwarf Castle. No one actually peaked the Lunar Palace character, though. Tirsu, I actually thought you might have peaked the Lunar Palace for the 5th character when you went to the moon, but I guess you were just comfortable with your team.
At that point in time, it wouldn't have been worth it to go through that extra cutscene just for a character. I know it's a short one, but I have Porum, I have a geared out Cecil, and I have Palom and Rydia. I think I'm going to be okay.
Sounds good. And Zilch in chat confirming there was another Rydia on the moon. So for all the Rydia fanatics in chat, you can feel adequately denied by our restreamies tonight. It's all their fault.
I was looking for that Sand Ruby. There was a second Cecil in the Batting Kaipo, so.
Oh yeah, we actually went to the video. We went to the clip to see who that was in bed. We weren't fully sure because you did such a quick look at him, and then seeing that, it was like, oh my goodness, because you had 2 Avengers, the Crystal Sword and a Defense Sword. That would have been some ridiculous Paladin wreckage.
It would have been. I probably level a lot less. I was fully expecting Cecil to kind of carry the day, and thankfully he did.
We do have a couple more finishes. Poydrak has wrapped up in 9th place with a 1:10.35, and Salty Fry has come in 10th place with a 1:13.19. So GG's to both of them. And it looks like Pixel Tamer finally ready to challenge the Giant. In the meantime, any of you 3 have any parting thoughts for us tonight before we go back to Pixel Tamer?
I was just pretty happy with my run overall. I'm glad that I wasn't scared and just went in to the fight at the low levels and checked to see if it was possible. And since it was possible, just go for it.
I mean, I'm happy with overall how I did. I just gotta be a little bit more confident in just going for it sometimes at those low levels. I'm still not quite.
Just wanted to say thank you, everybody behind the scenes who makes this all possible, from our restreamer Natara to both yourself and Venerable and Gameboy for providing top tier commentary, to Gambit clicking the buttons behind the scenes, and just wanted to thank everyone for being a restream me and getting back into this and practicing for Zima Zone coming up.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of Zima Stone practice coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, really looking forward to that tournament. So, thank you all once again for joining us, and once again, good game.
Thanks, everybody.
GG.
GG's to everyone. And meanwhile, we do have Pixel Tamer starting that Asura fight. Pixel Tamer been doing a little bit of grinding on the moon to get prepped for this. Has a full slate of a very potent team. Let's see how he handles this Asura fight.
Yeah, Starveils, I hope. Or Wall. Yep, Wall will do it.
Yeah, leveled up that Rosa enough. She can handle it. No need for the J item situation this time.
Yep, gonna be in very good shape here. So while this fight is going on, I know we mentioned Highway 2, the number 2, the Zima Zone, coming up here in, I guess that's starting in, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, start of July. Specifically, the first qualifier will be happening on scroll July 9th. So we actually have about a full month, so plenty of time if you're still getting into the game and you want to, really hone your skills. The flag set is going to be the same for the entire tournament, start to finish. So if you really want to zero in on one particular flag set, one particular game mode, that's your ticket right there. Come out and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And see if you can make it through the prelims, into the league proper, and then all the way down that highway.
Zero in. What a terrible pun.
I didn't even realize I was doing it.
I know of a couple people that are very good at issuing puns. One of them happens to be our restreamer.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember the events in question.
Right. So Asura is just getting absolutely blasted here. I mean, dealing 5,000 damage a shot here. This is it's kind of nuts.
Oh yeah, and has taken the time to also put an extra wall up on Cecil. Pixel Tamer Rydia doesn't have Quake or Meteo, so she can't be throwing out a direct black magic damage. She could be summoning, but opting instead. Oh no, did not. I thought he had put a wall on that Cecil. I was wrong. Rydia just does not like Cecil today. She put him on ice. Woo. Oh, he did. It just wore off. Thank you, Maggie. Okay. I could have sworn I saw one, but then I saw that and it's like, oh. Oh, but again, this fight's still under control. The wall on Asura should not be wearing off at this spot. It's a very high agility spot, and Rydia herself is not that high in agility. So theoretically, this should be in the bag for Pixel Tamer. It may take a little bit more time to get the full team back on its feet, but I don't think he has to worry at this point about Asura healing herself back up to full.
Yeah, and as Mighty Games finished in 11th place, 75 minutes, 50 seconds, Kate Sith finishing 24 seconds behind that.
GG's. Nice V2 race tonight, courtesy of Natara. Interesting way to mix and match the gameplay. You never know what you're gambling with when you run into this giant of Babel. Sometimes you can just blaze through like our racers have tonight, and it's always good to mix things up a little bit here on the Free Enterprise channel.
Your tears are delicious.
V2s are delicious. I wonder what they taste like. I've never had a V2 before.
I promise you they're good. I meant tears, but V2 could also be delicious. You never know.
Okay, good. I thought you said your tears. I thought I heard that as well.
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
A V2, it's like a V8, but they take out everything but, I don't know. Let's go with the carrot and the watercress.
Ooh.
Why would you do
Ugh.
that? We know who the real monster is here, and it's you, Invenerable.
Wow. Oh dear. Well, unfortunately, Ashura is continuing to target Cecil. Okay, there we go. Now we got a lot of HP here.
Yeah, that is one of the tricky things here with having that Avenger on Cecil. If you only life 1 him, and then he takes a swing before you can heal him up, well, that counterattack, I swear, the game knows. The game knows who to hit sometimes. But getting through here, again, it's only a matter of time. Pixel Tamer has this, I believe.
Yeah, I agree with that. And there goes Ashura.
And
See
very
you
nice.
later.
Full team lives. Little extra XP here for the taking. And just that one Dark Elf boss fight to go.
That Dark Elf is not going to have a prayer. I'm just gonna say it straight out.
Well, one thing that'll also be really, let's see if Pixel Tamer, again, some racers did this, others didn't. If you swap that Avenger back to Crystal Sword before the, okay, there we go. And that was going to make it go even more smoothly. I think Pixel Tamer is just going to utterly destroy this this Astos wannabe.
Yeah, Pixel Tamer was doing that all throughout his grind down at Bahamut's Cave. So, excellent play right here.
Have you perhaps considered that maybe Astos is a Dark Elf wannabe? Just putting it out there.
I mean, I don't know. I think if I were a Dark Elf, I would want to be like Astos. I mean, insta-death spells, ruining, Final Fantasy 1 runs, I mean...
And they give away an item. I mean, they give away an item. I mean, they give you a crystal. And I mean, or they could give you something random if you play the randomizer. I mean, I don't know. Astos is cool.
And here we go. That preliminary week may have hit Rosa, but with Cecil doing quad 9s here, I think Pixel Tamer's gonna be okay. I choose to believe.
No. He's in big trouble, man. Let me tell you. Especially after he just threw that Hourglass 1 on the Dark Elf. Oh, yeah. No chance whatsoever. It is over. Dark Elf's going to destroy... Oh, sorry. Yes. Well done, Pixel Tamer. 13th place, 81 minutes, 53 seconds.
3 swings was all it took. That Crystal Sword damage. Gotta love it, especially on enemies weak to Holy. Ooh, very nicely done in that final fight. No issues at all.
Well, then, you said 3 swings, but Cecil definitely didn't strike out. I'll tell you that right now.
So while we were waiting,
maybe it's me who's doing the bad puns around here.
that was beautiful, I must confess. We do, by the way, while we're waiting on Pixel Tamer to join us in the channel, just a quick reminder to everyone that we have undergone a schedule change for our community races. We had that what time is good survey up, got a whole bunch of responses, so we've shuffled things around accordingly. As you saw, this happened tonight on Free Enterprise channel at 8 p.m. Eastern. Our Friday night race is going to be on Randomania at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then 2v2 is now on Saturdays here at 8 p.m. Eastern on Free Enterprise. So that poll's still open. If anyone didn't get a chance to submit, throw in your availability. Let us know when's good for you. We want people to come out. We want people racing. It's more fun. Don't be shy about it. This was Pixel Tamer's first time being restreamed. And speaking of that, how do you feel, Pixel Tamer?
Well, My heart stopped pounding a little bit, at least. Lots of unfamiliar things in this
It's
flag
more
set.
fun. Don't be shy about it. This was Pixel Tamer's first time being restreamed. And
Well,
speaking
you
of that-
played admirably. You were actually the first one of our restreamed racers to find that magma key, making that gamble up and finding it appropriately with a dog made out of fire. How did you decide to go with your routing then once you actually hit underground?
Well, I thought I would get the free gear and key items out of the Fey March, and then see what shopping I could do in Dwarf Town, and then having kind of forgotten about Evelyn Castle, I decided to just go to Dwarf Castle because I figured that's what I had the levels to do.
Excellent, excellent. And just checking, have you signed up for the Highway to the Zema Zone League yet?
Yeah, definitely. Part of the reason I wanted to be restreamed on tonight's was so I could get some of the jitters out in case I end up restreamed during the qualifiers, but that's a month from now, so who knows what'll happen.
Well, you did great. Do you have any other personal thoughts about the seed tonight?
Wish I'd checked tower sooner. I saw the first done at 48 minutes in IRC and thought, okay, it must be something on the surface that I didn't check. Then I remembered Evelyn Castle, and that turned out to be a false positive, but at least I almost got there.
Yeah, Zilch apparently let us know in the Twitch chat that his first stop underground was tower this time. So that's how he shaved those minutes off on the competition, but great thing realizing, oh, someone finished that quickly. You know, it must be in a relatively easy spot to access. Probably don't have to dig through too many chains to get there. And yeah.
Also, I should definitely figure out D-Machine Grind. I feel like that would have sped things up a bit compared to doing King Ryu's.
Oh yeah, D-Machine Grind, definitely a great thing to know, especially on these V2 flag sets where you're in the giant anyway.
Yeah, definitely something to learn for next time. This was a lot of fun. Nerves notwithstanding, yeah, it was good.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Game Boy F9, any parting thoughts this evening, my friend?
Well, I tell you what, there were 14, 15 runners as Dr. Kosek finished in 14th place, and they all just wiped me off the face of the map. I mean, I finished in 3 hours, and everybody's finishing under 90 minutes. So, yeah, there's a reason why I'm not in the league. I'd rather I'm going to just exhibit my skills through commentary instead of trying to embarrass myself. So,
well, cut yourself some slack. No two seeds are the same. That's one of the great things about playing randomizers to start with. Your 3-hour one may have been rude to you. You could do another one, finish it in 30 minutes. So,
for what it's worth, I don't feel embarrassed for finishing so close to the bottom. The more important thing is that I finished when wasn't too far behind the pack.
absolutely.
Too true. But no, I really appreciate this opportunity of joining the commentary team again. I'm looking forward to doing that again. We'll have, I'm sure, hopefully I'll be able to drop by during the league. And this guy alluding to Dragon Warrior Randomizer, that tournament is going on at the same time, so that might be a little bit of a challenge, but I'll try to get myself in there. And I don't know if Natara wants to sign us off, or am I going to do it, or what's going to happen there?
No, Natara doesn't like talking. No, that's a lie. Nobody believes that at all. Thank you to everybody, all of our volunteers. We're going to link our runners, our commentators, our tracker, who once again was Gambit017. It's hard enough to restream and commentate these races, but having that tracking job is definitely unenviable. So thank you so much for doing that for us. Make sure to give the runners a follow for giving us that entertaining time. And with that, we are going to put a wrong button in our raid. We are going to be raiding Marth SR, a community member who's currently doing an async race. So that should be a lot of fun. Thanks for checking us out. And our next community race is going to be on Friday, though I believe that one's going to be on Random Mania around 10:30. So make sure to check that out. Hopefully see you then. And I will see you next Monday at 8 p.m. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.